Hello everyone, this is Last Game and I'm here with you for another video. And this video of today is on the cremator. And what I need to let you know to start off is the cremator might just very well be the best support weapon in the game. I am not lying when I say this. This has become my number one support weapon I run, thanks to its extended range, its extended damage, its extended armor pen, everything. Seriously, it's just the base flamethrower, but better and has more fuel. It is really easy to resupply. So let me get this straight. If you want a power trip fantasy, bring this weapon. I mean, it's literally basically main use is for that. As you can see right here, I'm about to melt this charger. Boom. Dead. That fast. And thanks to the new buff, the flames, chargers, if you start blasting them in the face, will just run away from you. Yeah. This weapon destroys the bug front, destroys the illuminate front. I mean, if you're going against the arbiters, the mindless masses, I mean, I really can't tell you a single thing that you're going to struggle with outside of the flying. The flying enemies are the only problem. And same for the bots. Same exact story for the bots. You can destroy basically anything. This weapon is just so good and so powerful that to use it, it just feels like a power trip fantasy. And the amount of shenanigans you can get up to while using this is insane. Insanely insane. This, like I said, might just be the most powerful support weapon. Let's get into this right now and break this down, though.
Making progress.
Okay, so to start, if you know the sterilizer gives the gas effect to enemies, and thanks to the new flame update, the sterilizer literally is about to have no one using it, because now, if you blast fire into an enemy's face, well, just like they would react in real life, they'll start going crazy. But something that they wouldn't do in real life is now they'll start attacking their own teammates. I've caught this on footage a lot recently, thanks to the new update, and this just gives a humongous new use for flame weapons. And I don't even know how to say this, but the sterilizer is dead, thanks to this update. And yeah, I know it was a underwhelming weapon and no one really used it, but it does bring a tear to my eye. But with that, I do have to get back into the video. And, well, basically, what I'm trying to say here is the cremator is if you took a sterilizer and the base flamethrower, gave it a backpack, gave it extended ammo, gave it extended range, and extended everything. And yeah, I know I mentioned the everything, but it's insane. Now, let's talk about some pairings you can do with the cremator. This is a very big part of the game, as we all know, but let's get into this. Now, I know I don't have it here, but a really good pairing, thanks to this new update, is the cremator plus the One True Flag. As you've probably heard, the One True Flag got its recent update where it aggroes enemies to it. So if you could just get in a choke point or high on a rock with the cremator and have one friend in light armor run around with the One True Flag attracting every enemy, then you can just get 100 kills and take out an entire base with ease. And I tell you, ease. Because if you go search up clips of this strategy, now this combo works really well, as not only is it directly flaming the stuff that you hit, but the flamed enemy leaves a trail of fire, and it can also run off the guy that you're hitting and hit more. also, the fire does damage over time along with that. So, yeah, you're seeing where this gets to be really deadly. And things that touch the fire that's on the ground can also catch on fire. Now, this weapon is an anti-tank weapon. So, basically imagine an anti-tank flamethrower. Yeah, so you can take down anything from a Battle Titan, a Charger, an Impaler, a Hulk. Trying to think here, but the list goes on and on. You can take down a Factory Shredder, a Vox Engine. If there's any tanky enemy, this thing takes it down, and it takes it down well. I mean, give it 6 seconds with a Factory Shredder of just straight spraying at the Factory Shredder's belly, and the Factory Shredder's down. This weapon physically is just insane. Its statistics are insane, and physically cannot be matched. And when I say physically, of course I mean in the video game. Physically, in the video game. Whatever. But, yeah, this gun, I think, is unmatched by any weapon in our arsenal right now for helldivers. So if you find or you call in this weapon and you're being chased by a horde, just let loose. There is literally nothing, unless it's some Stingray gunship or a Leviathan attacking you, it's gonna go down pretty quick. So, in total, this gun is just insane. And anyone who doesn't, have it, I recommend getting it. This, I think, also carries the war bond it's in. Not to say it's a bad war bond, it's a really good war bond. This is probably one of the best support weapons in the arsenal. Now let's get into what weapons should you bring alongside it. Now, it never hurts to bring a sentry or something to watch your back as you're just spraying. But unlike the maxi gun, you can move while using this, and you can move really well while firing. And if you want to really have some fun, get a sentry or the flame sentry and have it placed behind you or to the side of you, whatever you feel safest with, and just go at every horde that's near you. Seriously, this strategy works. I've done it a lot, and yeah. But if we want to talk about a good pairing, put this with something like the Coyote, Stoker, something like that. Because the only problem that this gun has against the bugs is those fast-moving enemies that can get on you real quick and get close real fast. I'm talking about like the hunters, the stalkers, those enemies. Those enemies are your biggest problem while using this, but even then, they're not really a problem. So for this, I recommend bringing some fast-shooting weapon. It could be anything from the Liberator to, it could just be anything. And the only reason I'd say that it doesn't matter is because everything else can really handle it, and you will not have to worry about anything else other than those on the bug front, which is quite the reassurance, as most weapons you can bring with you deal with those pretty well. So, yeah. You could bring anything from the lightest of the light as long as it shoots fast. Don't bring some Constitution, even though you definitely can bring the Constitution. Would not recommend it. I would not recommend a marksman rifle. I'd recommend something full auto. And yeah, outside of that, there's nothing really that you have to bring. You can bring like a full auto pistol or something like that, or the warrants. But yeah, really, there's nothing else you have to bring outside of that because you can deal with everything. And same goes for every front on this. It really does not matter because this is such a versatile weapon that there's nothing that you can't deal with. Now, the two fronts that I would recommend bringing this the most in is the bug front, and when I say this, I mean any bug strain, and mindless masses for the Illuminate. I say these two in particular because these are like the one where you will need this the most, and this thing absolutely cooks on these fronts. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching all the way into the video, and if you like my content, like, subscribe, and click here because YouTube's probably recommending you another one of my videos. Anyways, see you later.